What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mycrodex, where Fungimon are Pokemon, but also beetles. And I'm gonna slow down my commentary a little bit because I realize there are a lot of new faces in the subscribers. Maybe some of you guys aren't familiar with fungi, maybe you're not familiar with beetles, but we're smashing them both together here to create a really unique experience. So I'm gonna explain this in like really simple terms. So, in this video, this cup is filled with sawdust that's been colonized by oyster mycelium. That's all the white stuff that you see. The name of that specific species is Pleurotus austriatus, and I put a Dorcas titanus grub, that's a beetle grub, into this live mycelium about a week or two ago. And this mycelium is actually pretty notorious for eating like large things. So when I didn't see my Dorcas titanus in there for a while, I didn't see any activity on the walls or anything. I got pretty suspicious and a little scared that it might have eaten it. So you are now watching me investigate to see if this guy is still alive, and there we go. I found him, and he actually looks very comfortable in there. I definitely just disturbed him while he was feeding on the oyster mycelium and the sawdust. So I'm going to be putting him back in there, but first we're going to take a look at him. He looks very healthy. We're going to weigh him too. The last time I weighed him, he was 0.7, and now he's 1.6, so he's more than doubled in weight, which tells me that he's eating and getting bigger. So I'm going to say that my substrate is good enough for now, and I'm going to break it up and put it back in the cup because since the mycelium is alive, it's going to rebuild its structure as if I never messed it up in the first place. It'll turn white again, and even more so because it's been agitated. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of that back in, pack it down lightly. I'm going to leave some air pockets in there, and I'm going to stick my finger in the middle to create a little hole to put our little Dorcas back in. So he's going to be in there for a very long time until he runs out of substrate, and we'll change him out a few times before he turns into a beetle, but that's a very long time from now. But you can see if we fast forward a week later, you can see like you can't really see any of the brown of the sawdust except for where he's constantly moving, or she. You never know. You won't know until later. But he or she is in there just eating away. You can kind of see there's some humidity down there. It's like very good for them. And yeah, we're just gonna leave them in there for a while. I just wanted to make sure that they were okay to leave alone because I almost had an incident where I left a larvae in some bad substrate and almost lost them, but I noticed just in time and I was able to resuscitate them. So just really trying to avoid that happening again. Now, in other news, great news, we actually, I randomly wanted to change the substrate out in the bin, even though it's been like a week. I just wanted to like switch it around, and I noticed that the female, this is the breeding bin, the female Rhinoceros beetle here, she had been underground for a while and she wasn't eating any food, so I knew that she must have been laying eggs. So I just went ahead and checked, and I did not expect to pull 15 eggs out of this bin. I swear to you, like, wow. So for those that may have missed the previous episode, we pretty much got these beetles in, and then within a few hours they began mating. And so I was like, oh, I thought this was gonna be difficult. So they did their thing. I left the male in there with the female for like a couple days, and then I took him out, and then she started disappearing. So I knew she was going down there and doing her business. And so I keep them separate now, let her lay her eggs. Maybe I'll harvest another like 15 or 20 and then put them back together again. But I want to keep the mating low, but the eggs high so that I can keep some lifespan on these guys. And this is one of my first times showing the girl up close because she was really like skittish when she first got here. And now she's pretty chill. Like, look at her. She has like life in her. She's super cool. You can see the speckles in her shell, which differs from the males, which have like the shiny horn. And you can see them both here together. They're kind of married. They're together forever to the end of time. Now these are the only adult beetles that I have, so I don't want them to mate too much because I want to keep their lifespan longer, but we'll see. We already have a ton of eggs, so I'm getting a little more like lenient with it. I'm gonna wrap up this episode, but stay tuned. I have a new species of fungi I'm introducing to the channel, and it's gonna be super cool. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.